Alright. We're gonna watch the next Expleened, and then we're gonna be catched up. We're gonna be caught up and catched it up on story mode. At least we should be anyway. Because I think the latest video they uploaded to story mode, it was basically just it was compilation of the, was it 3 videos? I think it was 3 videos of the Life is Strange video we watched. I'm pretty sure anyway. Alright. Let's get into it. Dishonored. I have played this game. Again, I'm shit at stealth games. So it should be no surprise to you guys that when the first time I played Dishonored, I got the bad ending. Because I'm shit at stealth. And also, it was fun to use the rats. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Yeah, you get the shitty ending, but it was fucking fun. Like, when you just go full on Rat King disaster, it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, the stealth in the game can be fun. Like, even for someone like me. Someone who was not built for any type of stealth. But I just couldn't resist using the fucking rats. It was just too fun.
Brought to you by NordVPN!
It was just too fun.
And also Gamer Subs with this cup. Dishonored, dat-honored, what isn't honored these days? This is known as the poor man's Bioshock.
Poor man's Bioshock? Oh, wow.
Dishonored is an immersive sim, which means that the best way to play it is slowly, taking your time, reading every document, listening to every conversation.
We ain't gonna do that.
There is a second Dishonored. I have not played it. And I don't know what the reviews are for it. But the first Dishonored, again, I'm shit at stealth, but even I loved it. Mostly because it, you know, could fuck things up with rats, of all things. It was just, you know, it was fun.
Though.
We're just gonna jump right in. We play as Corvo Atano,
Oh my God,
who is
that
the
hair.
bodyguard for the empress of an empire seated in the city of Dunwall. And the game begins with Corvo returning to Dunwall Tower after an unusual overseas trip.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
So this bald guy in red is called Campbell. He's like a religious leader, and the other guy is called Sokolov. But we'll find out more about them later, don't worry.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
So why was he overseas if he's the Empress's bodyguard? It's like the worst place for a bodyguard to be. Away.
Well, Dunwall is currently dealing with a big rat plague. So the Empress sent Corvo off overseas to see if
Your
anyone's
rat
found a
buddies.
cure.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for
By
aid.
the end, you have
And
an
you
army
did
of
find a
rats.
cure, didn't you, Corvo?
Yeah, did you get bolder? Anyway, bye.
He's off to find the Empress.
But, uh-oh.
A little girl runs up to him and tries to attack.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales?
Mr. B, who the hell is this?
This is Emily Caldwin, the daughter of the Empress. And Emily says,
Corvo, you're back. Will you play hide and seek with me?
and Corvo does.
Oh, God.
And he hides from her. She absolutely sucks at the game. He's just standing with the sun behind him. He's just casting his massive shadow. And Emily's like, I'll find you.
I'll find you.
We needed to do that because it's character development. We know how close their bond is. Don't look at me like that.
Hide her in a burlap sack and throw it in the river.
It's time to see the Empress. So the Empress, Jessamine Caldwin, is having a chat with a real trustworthy looking customer called Burrows.
Burrows is the spy master, like the chief spy agency CEO.
He's bald. Ugh. And he's in a black
Like,
coat.
you know,
Oh, the worst.
Burrows
I'm sorry. It's like, you know, how it's become popular right now with the whole, words. Self-insert. That type of thing. like there's other ways to call it, but I can't think of words right now. Where it's like you get put into like an anime or a video game or some type of story that's going on, and it's like you just know. If I was ever in that type of situation where I got sent into like Dishonored, the way I would look at this dude on screen right now, like look at this evil ass, villainous ass face. Like the whole get up, everything screams villain. The way I would not be able to control my words or my face when I would see him, my reaction, even if I knew nothing about the storyline of this game. One look at him, I'd be like, bitch, you are the villain, aren't you? I would be dead because the villain would know that I would know. And they'd be torturing me like, how'd you know? I was like, bitch, I took one look at you. You scream villain. Did you look in a mirror?
Comes over to Corvo and he's like,
Corvo.
I would not be able to contain myself.
2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
give us your most trustworthy and least bad guy voice possible. Doing good again, I see, Corvo.
Anyway, we push past him and go over to the Empress.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
We say, listen, Toots, you ain't impressing anyone.
I love the idea of saying to the Empress, listen, Toots.
With all due respect, Toots.
Corvo hands the Empress his report, but it's bad news.
Very bad.
There's no known cure for the rat plague, Mr. Z. Everybody's gonna die.
Look at the way she just drops that on the ground. No wonder this place is such a mess.
Emily goes to comfort the Empress.
Yeah, that's
Are
the
you
problem
okay,
with
Mother?
the Empire.
You seem
It's the
sad.
littering.
But while they're talking, Burroughs leads the guards away.
Follow me, Captain. We should leave them alone.
Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
In the distance, we see a group of assassins in gas masks running towards us. It's a setup. The assassins teleport towards us.
A gun?
And Corvo has to beat them off. But there's too many of them.
A guy magics us into the air. We can't move. There's
again.
magic in this game, by the way. All we can do is watch the following
way.
unfold.
Another assassin without a mask teleports in.
His name is Dowd.
He grabs the Empress and stabs her in the tum-tum. Emily
Not
tries to
the
hide, but she immediately gets
tum-tum.
caught. Shocker.
We're here to save you from the fate of a single-parent household.
The assassins teleport away.
We are dropped to the ground. Finally able to move once again.
We scramble over to the Empress.
Lying in a pool of her own blood. Very weakly, she says,
Corvo, find Emily.
"Can you just hold on for about 10 more seconds? This is gonna make me look real guilty."
Oh, the last thing I would ever want is for you to become dishonored.
Corvo.
She's dead. Suddenly, Burroughs and Campbell rock up with two guards.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo.
But I
It's
can't
the
become
overacting
dishonored.
for
I
me.
didn't do anything.
Take him.
Corvo gets hit in the face. Corvo Atano is dishonored.
What do we do? How are we going to get it back? How are we going to avenge the Empress? And how are we going to get back that special needs kid?
Corvo has been locked up in prison
Special
for
needs.
6 months
Bitch.
now. Burroughs has been torturing him, trying to get him to confess to killing the Empress, which he didn't.
He's withstood 6 months of torture.
Yeah, yeah, in the room there's an audio log, and it's just Burroughs complaining that Corvo's just too strong.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation.
A man of pure grit and will and determination and good looks.
I would never want to be on the receiving end of his blade.
Okay, so that's Corvo, but what's happened to the rest of the Empire in the meanwhile?
While Corvo's been in jail, Burroughs has taken over the government.
I announce that my business has been extended.
Ah, so it's all a big power play, and now he gets to be in charge.
Exactly, and the best bit is, they're not even trying to hide it.
The Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Did anyone else hear that? Burroughs did it, guys. Oh.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall.
Why don't you just take the fall? You're the one who did it.
So Burroughs is like,
well, seeing as you won't sign the fake confession, Corvo, we'll just have you executed tomorrow. Lamau, sucks to suck, idiot.
Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
Corvo is thrown back into his cell, and he goes to sleep knowing that tomorrow he will be executed.
Corvo is woken up in the morning by the sound of his cell door opening. There's a man at the door, and he says,
"You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend."
I think you'll find that eating this, Corvo, is key to your survival. Here, there's a key under the bread, Corvo.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get all these cryptic...
I love how, even though this is like, mainly a stealth game, the subtlety in this game is non-existent. Like, there's no subtlety at fucking all. Just none. Absolutely fuck all. You can stealth in this game, and it's built to be a stealth game, but everything else is very in your face.
Puzzles. Corvo picks up the bread for a bite, and, Mr. B?
Fortunately, there's a piece of paper there, and he used it to wipe up all the crumbs off his mouth.
No, Mr. B, let's read the note. It says,
Hello, Corvo. We are your friends. We have a plan to get you out. So follow our instructions to the letter. I'm only going to write this once.
Yeah, I beat the stealth game.
Use the key under the bread and break out of your cell.
What about the guards?
Only one way to make an omelet, Corvo. We've hidden an explosive nearby you can use to bust out of the prison. And escape into the sewers.
And Corvo does exactly those things.
In the sewers, we look over and see a dead couple.
Now, see, this is why I love the immersive sim genre, is because you get to see beautiful environmental storytelling.
his name is Corpse, and he's... Yeah, that's horrible.
The letter continues. In the sewers, you'll find a trunk full of gear. It's all yours, Corvo. Don't worry, you can pay us back later.
Inside, Mr. B, it's a small crossbow.
And a sword that folds out, and it's pretty...
Whoa, that's pretty... Yeah.
This just immediately drops and goes down, like through the grating. Oh, shit!
And the crossbow goes off. Look.
From there, simply follow your nose to the exit of the sewers. We have a man called Samuel waiting for you on the outside.
Corvo has escaped the sewers, Mr. Z.
The fucking
And
hair.
waiting in front of him is an old man with a dinghy. This is Samuel, the boatman.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
Is that you, Samuel?
I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you.
They're the ones that left the key and bomb for you, Corvo.
I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Corvo says, all right, Sammy, let's get out of here. So we're on Sammy's boat, and he says,
This is the Hound Pits pub.
Corvo's right next to the motor, so it's what... We're with a group called the Loyalists. Huh? Loyalists. Oh, Sagittarius.
We pull into a dock. And then Samuel leads Corvo up to an old pub.
Mr. B, what the hell is this?
So this is the Hound Pits pub. It's the headquarters for the Loyalists, the people that are helping Corvo. And it's in an old quarantine part of Dunwall, Mr. Z, so no one's gonna find us here.
Good plan? All right, so Corvo rushes inside, and there we see the two most loyal people you've ever met.
The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group.
Havelock explains.
I'm going to come out with it.
We aim to overthrow
This guy.
Burrows.
the guy who said he did the murder. We gotta kill him. I hate that guy. He did bad stuff to me.
Exactly, Corvo. We're gonna need you to kill Burrows.
Okay. I'll go there now. Off I go. Havelock blocks Corvo's way.
No. Sweet Corvo, no. It's not gonna be that easy. You see, Burrows is a powerful man now. He's protected by a group of real bad guys. There's Campbell, who's given him military power.
Ironic.
The Pendleton twins giving him political power.
Double trouble.
And some secret unknown lady giving him financial
A woman.
power. So I can't kill Burrows until I kill all those guys? Is that what you're saying? Asks Corvo.
Pendleton pipes up, saying,
There's one more thing, Corvo.
We're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as empress.
we need to find Emily. She needs to become the new empress.
But no one has seen her since the empress was murdered.
She's still playing hide and seek after all these months.
So, Corvo, we just need to find Emily and kill Burrows, and we'll all have our honor back by Christmas.
Whoa, Mr. B, what a fantastic setup to the game. Is there anyone else we should meet?
Oh, Mrs. A, I'm so glad you asked. Yes. Corvo walks around Loyalist HQ to go meet some of the other Loyalist people. There's Piero, he's an inventor. He makes all of Corvo's gear, Mr. Z.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
He's the one that made the sword and the crossbow we got in the sewers.
Whoa.
And now he's made us a sweet mask
Yeah,
that we get to wear on missions.
Oh, it's on the box.
Yeah, see, you have to admit, the weapons, the style of the weapons and the mask and all that, like the aesthetics of this game just hit a spot for me. Like it did something to my brain. It was like, yes. The aesthetics of all this, I love it. I love it. Also, I actually have the like statue thing of this mask. Like, I can't remember where I got it from. But I don't know if it's from the first one or the second one. But I just remember getting the mask thing. It's like a statue thingamabob for the mask. It's like staring at me right now.
Out of the game.
There's Callista, who's a maid, and she's a bit of a cutie.
Unfortunately, you can't wear it.
I work here for Admiral Havelock.
Romance option, Mr. B?
Nah, but we should put her in the thumbnail.
It would have been absolutely perfect if you
Corvo
could
then heads
wear
up
it.
to his bedroom and goes to
But
sleep.
it was built to be
of a
like
better tomorrow.
a statue thing.
For what a day, Mr. B.
Like
if I
it could
wanted
fit
to
on your
dream
face,
of something pleasant,
but not
I'd
comfortably.
dream of
Like you wouldn't
time.
be able to wear
A
it.
jar, blue balls,
Or see through it.
milk, hanging from a piece of twine.
What?
And here comes Mr. Scissors. Uh-oh, he looks hungry.
Oh my god, what is this?
While I do this, let me tell you about NordVPN.
Oh, for
It's
fuck's
Christmas season.
sake.
Why not get yourself a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months? Just go to nordvpn.com/storymode. NordVPN is a virtual private network, keeping you safe on the internet. It's like a private tunnel, preventing ISPs and other people, and also hackers, from seeing what you're looking at on the internet. You know, every time when they ask you if you want to enable cookies, yes, they're trying to track you. Oh,
What is
Nansky. Not only that, but you can change your IP's
what is
location
happening right
to
now?
other
What is
regions and access
What is this
region-blocked
torture?
content. So go to nordvpn.com/storymode for a huge deal on a 2-year plan, plus 4 bonus months. And over.
Corvo wakes up.
All right, it's time to go downstairs, says Corvo, as he's running down on all fours like a dog. Corvo goes excitedly running up to Havelock. Havelock, what's the first mission?
Your
The
first
fucking
job is to
hair
get rid
is
of one of the
sending me.
Lord Regent's top men. You gotta kill Campbell.
The soup guy?
Sorry. Campbell, if we recall, was the guy in red from earlier, not the guy who killed the Empress, the bald guy. Ironic guy. And he's in charge of this religious army group, and they're protecting Burrows. So, that's why he's gonna die.
So how are we getting in?
All right, Corvo, listen up. I'm only gonna say this once. You're gonna go to the jetty.
You got a good boat, man?
Oh, the very best.
my God.
Remember Samuel?
Just give the signal.
So he's gonna take us into the streets?
On a boat, Corvo? Please. Your insertion point's gonna be a small dock just outside Dunwall City. Then you'll have to make it to Campbell's office on foot. But don't go killing everyone, Corvo.
Remember, Corvo, we want the good ending.
Corvo's
The
like
good ending.
choking people out,
Yeah,
just
I didn't even
jumping on
try
them
for
from
the good
20
ending.
meters up, shoot them in the spine with tranquilizers.
Non-lethal. It's a full quadriplegic run. They'll just wish they
I was
were
fucking
dead.
murdering
Alright,
everybody.
so Corvo's making his way through the dark city streets to find Campbell. He's using his powers. He's like blink.
Like, I was
teleporting around. He's,
emotionally
like, doing
invested in the
cartwheels,
story.
doing triple backflips and stuff like that. It's pretty sweet. He blinks up and around the
Like,
outside
I want
of
to
the office
murder
building,
everybody.
through a window and into what looks like a meeting room, where he can hear High Overseer Campbell is about to come in.
Now, if you'll join me.
So he sneaks up on top of a bookcase. He's not gonna find us up here. Then the doors open and Campbell enters the
One
room.
up there like a
He's
little
joined by a
assassin
guard captain,
gremlin.
and they slowly walk around the room and stop right underneath Corvo. Time to strike. Corvo stops time, tranks the other dude, and then jumps down right in front of Campbell and assassinates him.
You know, I almost feel bad. You make one hell of a
Fucking Snoop. I
All right,
can't.
with Campbell dead, it's time to get out of here. Corvo makes his escape through the back of the building. Corvo meets up with Sammy the Boatman,
Okay, let's go.
and they head back to Loyalist HQ.
Just like clockwork. And Havelock is already there to congratulate us. And Pendleton's there too.
You did it. I knew you were our man, Corvo.
Please help yourself to a drink.
But don't have too many drinks, Corvo, because we've got another mission for you, and we don't want you to have to tinkle on the job.
Oh no, not an emergency tinkle.
The next day, Corvo wakes up,
And he heads downstairs.
and waiting for him in the bar
dog
are
walking.
Havelock
Fuck it.
and Martin.
He's a new guy, don't worry about it.
What is this, the afternoon shift?
You're very funny, Havelock. Why don't you just tell me what the next mission is so we can all have a real laugh?
Well, Corvo, for this next job, we're gonna need you to head over to the Golden Cat. Martin clarifies. It's
A bathhouse for aristocrats.
The bathhouse?
That's the most secure building in the whole tri-state area.
The doors are locked, it's soundproof, and I hear it's even smell-proof. Why do I need to go there, Havelock?
Havelock says, I got big news for you, Corvo, and it's good.
Oh my god, I got
We got
stretched.
big intel on Emily. Remember that ugly kid that didn't know how to play a hide and seek at the beginning?
Well, it turns out she's under house arrest in an apartment next to the Golden Cat. She's not in the Golden Cat. It's all good, not weird, all above board, Corvo. Don't stress. And Martin's like, yeah, we're gonna need you to break in there,
Suspicious.
find and save Emily.
Suspiciosus.
So I just need to find Emily and leave?
That it? That the whole job?
I wish it were that easy, Corvo. There's actually a couple of twins in there that we need you to take care of.
The twins, Morgan and Custis.
Are you talking about sex?
No, Corvo. They're Pendleton's older brothers. I mean, are they hot? Anything for the job. Martin says, Pendleton will give
I think
you
I
the
called
details.
the twins
He's
mustard
asked to
and
brief you
custard.
personally.
So we wander over and talk to Pendleton, and he goes,
I've asked to speak to you myself. You see, I'm sending you to kill my older brothers, Morgan and Custis. They're horrible men.
2 on 1?
Mustard and custard.
I'm always game for a fair fight, says Corvo, very wryly.
But why do you want me to kill your brothers, Pendleton?
My brothers are close allies to the Lord Regent.
And thus, they must die. Forsooth. Listen up,
Forsooth.
Corvo. I'm only going to say this once. Samuel the boatman is waiting for you down by the jetty.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready.
All right, once I'm there, how do I find these sons of bitches?
Well, Corvo, once you've got inside, look out for the madam of the joint. I hear she has
Loose lips.
Lost track of it.
So Corvo's just snuck in through a window into the Golden Cat, and he listens in to a conversation between the madam of the establishment and a guard.
So he's looking at this lady, but she's got her clothes on, and so Corvo's like...
And she looks old. And she, doing a very poor job, tells us exactly where the two Pendleton twins are.
Morgan's in the steam room downstairs tonight.
Is it safe in there? Because I've heard rumors. If one
Not
of
for
them
long, says Corvo to himself. Corvo stealths his way down to the bottom levels of the bordello, to the steam room.
All the while, he's thinking about steam-related quips.
We come up to a door and peep through the keyhole.
Oh!
We can see Morgan Pendleton with a lady. So Corvo stops time and busts in. He knocks out the lady and grabs the twin.
I hope you like your vegetables steamed.
Really?
Ouchie.
That's the best they could do.
The quip didn't work out. I'll try with the next twin. I'll try with the next one.
That's the first brother dead, Mr. Z.
It's me, the madam again. The other twin.
Custis. Some nights he just waits in the gold room and talks to a girl. It's funny what people will pay for.
Corvo blinks through the Golden Cat, and he slinks his way around the outside eaves of the gold room, the place where the other twin is, Custis. Corvo sneaks in and jumps him. Corvo grabs Custis by the throat, and Custis is lunging at him. He's like trying to grab at Corvo, so Corvo hits him with the mustard.
Call me Cleveland, because this one's a steamer,
says Corvo, plunging a knife into his neck. That one was good. That's both twins down. Now we just need to find Emily. Corvo heads up the stairs to the nearby apartment building. There's a hallway with a bunch of doors. Emily's got to be in here somewhere, Mr. Z. Corvo picks a door.
How about this one?
And pushes it open. A small girl stands up.
Who are you? Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh my god, it's Emily.
Corvo?
Corvo picks up Emily and throws her in the air.
You're wearing a mask to sneak around, aren't you? They told me you were head chopped off and in prison dead.
Voice down?
Like mother. Now we can leave. I have a plan. I almost got away twice.
So you failed to get away twice.
There's a special door to come and go for special people, and I'll show you. And if anyone tries to stop us, you can fight them.
Oh, what a generous offer.
It's this way.
Emily leads Corvo to the back entrance of the Golden Cat, and Corvo says,
"Come on, Emily. Let's get out of here before we all get pegged."
God damn it.
Leave that in. That's going in.
For a crime we didn't commit, obviously.
Let's go. Let's get out.
Right.
They meet back up with Sammy. Then it's back to Loyalist HQ.
Corvo comes speedboating into the Loyalist HQ.
We make landfall and lead Emily up to Callista, who's waiting on the dock.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
I'm gonna be your new mom.
Pleased to meet you.
As am I.
I'll go with Callista, Corvo. I'll see you later.
Havelock comes marching right up, and he says,
"You do not fail to impress. Armed with a blade, you've changed the course of the city forever."
Havelock gives us a very hearty handshake.
And then he says, "Why don't you join me and Martin inside?" "Hi, Corvo," yells Martin, ominously in the distance. "I think you're gonna dig the next step of our plan." "Is it killing someone?" "It's killing someone, Corvo."
Who would have guessed? Who would have
All
thunk
right,
it?
new mission. So Corvo goes marching up to the bar where Havelock and Martin are waiting for him. Havelock says, Corvo, please come over, have a drink. But you can't sit down, there's not enough seats for you."
I guess I'll stand. So, you guys talking about the next big job? And I'm not just talking about your mom.
"You know my mom's dead, Corvo, but I'll let that one slide."
Martin's devised our next move.
Martin says, "That's right, you've been doing a great job, Corvo. Burroughs is in shambles. But now, there's one more thing we need to take from him. We gotta hit him where it hurts. His cock and balls, the wallet.
Ooh.
We're gonna take away his money.
Let's make him poor." Oh yeah? We're doing some sort of bang heist,
Peasantry.
maybe? Not far off.
Burroughs, has a mistress, and she's bankrolling his whole operation.
Kill her, and the cash dries up.
But there's a problem.
What is it now?
No one knows who she is.
So how do we find her?
Finding women that don't want to be found is kind of my specialty. Do you remember Sokolov, Corvo?
Oh yes, the guy with the schematics to the Metal Gear.
Almost, Corvo, but that's from Metal Gear Solid 3, and we haven't finished the Metal Gear Solid 2 video yet. Mr. Z, if you recall, Sokolov is the guy who was painting Campbell at the start of the game.
Oh yeah.
I think he's meant to be a scientist as well or something, but he mainly just likes to go hard in the paint.
The Lord Regent's mistress sat for a portrait with Sokolov.
So if I go over there and just ask him, hey, who that lady? What does she look like? Is he gonna tell me?
No, we already tried that and he said no. Yeah, he was really mean, says Martin. So we went to his house and we brought him here to Loyalist HQ for a drink. I think he'll find us to be very persuasive. So the Loyalists have kidnapped Sokolov the painter, and they have him in a big cage ready to interrogate. And suddenly, the door opens. Master Negotiator Corvo enters the room. Corvo marches right up to Sokolov. You gotta tell me who this lady is, Sokolov. But Sokolov ain't budging.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
You could put me through the interrogation of 3 men. And Corvo goes, son of a bitch. How long this guy's good. We
got back down. Okay, there's only one thing I can do.
Through snarling teeth, Corvo says, please tell us who she is, Sokolov, please.
Oh my god.
I elect not to tell you.
Look at him.
I
really
can't
didn't
with
know her name. Sokolov relents. Oh God, fine.
I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I have been invited to a party at the Boyle Manor this very evening.
Tonight, the timing is perfect.
Look, here's my invitation. Just fucking take it.
So Havelock's like, all right, epic. We'll send you to this party and you can kill Lady Boyle. Sammy will take you to the party, Corvo. And you can use that invitation to get in.
But won't everybody see me? I'm dishonored, you know.
And Sokolov's like,
well, Corvo, luckily this party's fancy dress. Everyone will be wearing a mask.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
Corvo walks up to the guard at the front door of the party and hands him his invitation.
Oh, I think you'll find everything is in order, sir. And the guard agrees.
Right this way, sir.
Corvo's in,
Everybody
Mr.
just
Z.
throws the
He has
fucking
made it to the party. And look at the
papers
place,
onto
how
the ground.
fancy
I
it
love
is.
it.
HQ, I got a problem. If everybody's in a mask, how am I supposed to find this lady? You want me to just walk around and kill every woman I see?
No, Corvo. You're there for work, not for fun. I've got a friend who'll be attending Corvo.
Hell.
His name is Lord Brisby. He'll know which is the right one. Corvo finds this Brisby customer in a smoking room. He goes up for a chat. Hello, I'm Corvo. Brisby says,
I know your purpose here tonight. And how to say this, your target is the woman I love.
I'm sorry, Brisby. I gotta do it. I gotta kill this lady.
Wait, let me offer you a new deal.
I swear that if you'll bring her to me unharmed, you will never hear of her again.
Like ever?
I mean, I hadn't heard about her before today, so ever.
Pinky swear?
I remember this. This
There's
is
a
like
cellar
so
directly
fucked
below
up.
the kitchen. I'll wait for you there. I'm not proud of this, but surely it's better than seeing her killed.
Ever? You
I
got
don't
yourself
know.
a deal,
Did
but how do I
everybody ask
recognize her
her?
in her costume?
She's the one wearing red.
As soon as you help me find out which one is the color red, I'll be on my way. So Corvo tracks down Lady Boyle.
Hello, handsome.
And instead of killing her, he says,
Listen, there's someone here trying to kill you. Wink. You need to go to the cellar right now. Wink.
Oh, but this is perfect. I love it.
She just thinks it's all a game. She thinks he's playing. She thinks he's going to do sex on her. Lady Boyle, can you please come to the cellar with me?
Carvo doesn't know what sex.
Yes, of course I can.
Well, if you know
What happens next? Are you gonna tie me up?
what's funny about that little comment about it's canon. Carvo doesn't know what sex is. If you know the lore, of the Dishonored series, like from what I can remember, it's kind of a if I remember right, it's like a very well-known secret about who the Empress's daughter, who the father is, who her father is, and it's basically us, the main character, Corvu. I just find that a little funny.
I'm way too bashful for all of this, says Corvo.
So Lady Boyle leads Corvo down into the cellar.
Again, this situation is fucked up.
Shall we make love on the cold stone tile floor or against the sewerage pipe on the wall?
What shall we do with ourselves?
Lady Boyle begins to undress, and Corvo gets kind of nervous.
And he accidentally fires his gun directly into her face. Lady Boyle is dead.
Steamed hams, he quips.
Uh-oh, Mr. C, I don't think Brisby's gonna like this. So Corvo goes over to Brisby and he's like, Brisby, something happened.
She's dead? You monster!
Well, says Corvo, plenty of fish in the sea. So Corvo escapes Lady Boyle's party and heads back to Sammy the boat. Time to head back to Loyalist HQ. Corvo goes and meets with Havelock and Martin, who are planning the final mission.
Like, I think, I can't remember whether it was to help you get the good ending or not, whether to let her be taken by that guy, and basically I don't think it ever clarifies, but basically to be imprisoned by him for life, like for her to basically be like a kidnapped victim and just full Stockholm syndrome situation waiting to happen. It's like, I don't remember, but I think it's actually supposed to, that's considered the good part, like to get the good ending. I think like if you let her live but let her get basically kidnapped. But like that whole situation's fucked up. Like, I don't know. If I was that lady, just kill me. Like,
Z, this is it.
Corvo walks in. Hey guys, how's it going?
Corvo, the time has come.
Yep, says Martin. Burroughs, the main bad guy.
Vulnerable. And now everything's in place to strike at him.
Burroughs has lost his military power, his political power, and his finances.
What does that mean regarding my status as a Dishonored?
Well, good news there, Corvo. It's finally time to get your honor back. We need you to go take out Burroughs. The man who killed the mother of your daughter. I mean the Empress.
Yeah, there it is.
You find that out in the next game. Oh, I'm so excited, says Corvo. What do you need me to do?
Well, it isn't going to be easy, Corvo.
See, I knew there was a twist coming because of how quick this was. Like, they had built up, like, the obvious villain is very villainous as, like, this final boss. But when you play the game, you can tell it's way too quick. And you know something else is going to happen. Like, but they did it so well. Like, even though it was obvious, they did it so well that even though you could see something was coming, because again, the game was like, when you got to this point, it was like, this seems suspiciously short. It's like they did it so well, even though it wasn't, again, subtle at all. You didn't really mind because it was enjoyable. They nailed it.
He has locked himself up in Dunwall Tower.
Havelock says, when you're ready.
Samuel will take you close to the tower, near the waterlock.
I'm pretty sure you remember the way in.
Corvo runs across the roof of the building, and he zoots his way into the courtyard, past all the stuff, teleports into the stair. He He's somewhere else now.
Corvo says, all right, so
When
when I'm
you're just
inside, what's the
narrating,
plan?
like, what the
I just
fuck
need
is
to
happening?
stab Burrows in his stupid
Like,
bald head,
what?
right? And Havelock says, not quite, Corvo. We've got something a little more Dishonored in mind. Martin says, there's a guy in the tower who runs all the radio broadcasts, Corvo.
This disc jockey, Corvo, is gonna know exactly how to turn the tables.
No,
Corvo tracks down this radio guy, and he's like, hello.
Please don't hurt me. You're here to kill
Burrows,
aren't you? Spare my life, and I can help you beat him.
After these commercial messages.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. This week, National Tiles have a beautiful range.
Welcome back. So anyway, Burrows, he makes
recordings on audiograph, secrets, some that would destroy him if others heard. Played on this amplifier, his confessions will be broadcast throughout the city. He'll be ruined.
All right, let's do that. Hit play.
No, I don't have the recordings on me. You see, he keeps an audio diary locked up in his room. It's in a safe. Though I doubt any secrets in there will be safe for long. Corvo finesses his way to the Lord Regent's bedroom, and he cracks open the safe.
So we look in the safe, and what do we see?
The closest thing to a smoking gun you could possibly find. Corvo finds a note from Dowd, the head of the assassins, you remember? The swish-looking guy in the red coat.
Yeah, I can remember it now that you're showing it to me. Yep.
And it's essentially just a paper trail of him saying, hi, Burrows, I am an assassin, and you paid me to kill the Empress.
Well, you got to keep the receipts for taxes.
Signed, Dowd. And there's a little drawing in the bottom of it, which is very nice. If that note wasn't enough, there is also an audio log authored by Lord Regent Burrows, where he, in explicit detail, says every single bad thing he's ever done. So we take it, head back to the broadcast center, and Corvo jams it into the radio.
Let's play it right now.
This is one track. He won't want an encore for it.
For fuck's sake.
It doesn't make any sense. This is one track. He won't.
And now, Burrows' sordid confession plays out through the streets of Dunwall.
My poverty eradication plan was meant to bring prosperity to the city.
Buckingham Palace has announced the death of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh.
And it was a simple plan. Bring the disease-bearing rats from the Pandician continent and let them take care of the poor for us.
There it is.
That's
There it
right,
is.
Mr. Z. Burrows was the one what done the rat plague. He imported a bunch of rats to Dunwall to kill all the poor people, but then it got a little bit out of control.
No
Then the
shit.
Empress started to get suspicious, so he had her killed.
I knew the truth would come out eventually, so there was no other way than to be rid of her. She had to die.
What, the plague was his plot all along?
The plague was his plot all along.
And he recorded all this stuff? Doesn't he know how guilty he's gonna look if people hear this? As the sound waves
has to
emanated
hear himself
throughout
talk.
the city, Corvo could feel his honorability expanding in both girth and length.
Oh my god.
So Corvo heads downstairs and he sees Burrows, and he's being arrested by two guards.
I order you to put down your weapons. This is treason.
And they say,
didn't you hear the diss track?
It's over, Hiram. Your head will roll for what you've done.
Burrows stumbles out.
No! I'll make you rich men if you just let me go. I beg you.
I mean, it's Corvo did it, not me. And they say, no, Corvo is the honorable one here.
You nearly destroyed this city. No amount of money will undo that.
And now Burrows is dishonored. Wait, no, says Corvo. Is that the whole plan? We're gonna kill him. No, but Corvo, it's funnier this way, says Havelock. It's thematic. You were dishonored, now he's dishonored. No, Havelock. It's not enough for Burrows to just be dishonored.
I also want him deceased. Well, what are you gonna do?
All right, it's gonna be simple. There'll be guards. All I need to do is stop time.
What?
Put those little birdies to sleep, and then I can get right in front of Burrows and look him dead in the eye as I finish him off. That didn't sound, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stab him.
You almost crushed my self-esteem. Bit late, but not bad, Corvo, not bad.
And when he looks down, Boris has already bled out. He's gone. He's never come back. He's dead.
Did you hear it?
With the job done, Corvo makes his escape.
We meet back up with Sammy on his boat.
Is it all done?
And he says, you ready to go back to Loyalist HQ, where everything will be good forever? Ha, I sure am, Sammy.
Subtle. So subtle.
We sail back to HQ wistfully with Sammy the boatman.
But maybe it's going to be different now. I'm guessing our work is almost done.
So Corvo walks through the front door of Loyalist HQ. There's Emily there to greet him and everything.
Everyone says you did something good tonight.
That's right, Emily. You're gonna be the king or whatever in no time.
The king or
Corvo
whatever.
walks into the pub and surprise!
Oh, fellas, you threw a party and everything.
We've got Havelock's there, Pendleton's there, Martin, Callista's looking after Emily.
Amazing.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Pendleton raises a glass.
Word is spreading all over the city. The tyranny is over.
And Pendleton goes,
Here, Corvo, take this drink. No, not that one. Here, have this one. Pendleton quickly turns to Havelock and he's like, you didn't swap the drinks around, didn't you? You've had that one the whole time? Okay, yeah. Cool.
By this time tomorrow, Emily will be on the throne.
Yeah, subtlety.
After that, we'll clear your name and put everything we've got into rebuilding the city.
And Corvo is like looking at the drink and there's like just a bunch of white powder like floating at the bottom.
Dunwall whiskey.
They just don't make it like they used to. Pendleton says,
a toast to Corvo.
To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
All right, fellas, cheers to that.
To me.
And they all clink their glasses together, but they are very careful. Don't spill any of yours and mine, right? Corvo swallows his drink, and he loved it. And it feels all warm in his belly. This has been so much fun, you guys.
I hope that we can keep killing people forever.
and we're friends now, right? Corvo decides, I'm feeling kind of sleepy. These celebrations have been great, but it's time to go to bed. So he wanders upstairs.
But there's a little bit, he's feeling a little bit sick. He probably had a little bit too much to drink.
Oh, man, I must have drank a lot.
Because there's a wave warp filter on the screen, and someone's messing with the green color balance.
Uh-oh. Corvo falls onto the ground. Thud. Corvo has been poisoned. Yeah. But it must have been the Loyalists. Some time passes, and Corvo wakes up, and Pendleton, Havelock, and Martin are standing above him.
Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
It better have worked. It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last.
We hear Havelock say, you did a good job poisoning him, Samuel. Your best friend Corvo, it was you. You're the one who put the poison in.
Oh, not Samuel, Mr. B. We trusted him.
How you doing?
Although, ironic.
Put your body on.
It's been forever.
Shoot it.
Someone put a black fly in his Chardonnay.
Corvo stopped time because he felt like someone was going to say something unfunny. He wanted to make sure it didn't happen. Anyway, we reload the level. Martin says,
remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin.
What the hell just happened?
So the Loyalists, Havelock, Pendleton, and Martin, they want to take power for themselves. And the only thing that's in their way now is Corvo. Havelock says,
you'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
This is why even though this game...
And the Loyalists leave.
Even though this game was the opposite of subtle, it's like, I enjoyed it because it motivated me to want to kill everybody. Like, it was not subtle at all, saw it coming, but it made it fun. That's the important part.
But once they're alone, Samuel comes down to his buddy and goes, don't worry, Corvo.
I only gave you half the poison.
You just now
They were watching me, and it was all I could think to do.
And I know they'd kill me if I didn't poison you.
So he was loyal after all.
Samuel was the only loyal person in the loyalist.
I think you're strong enough to survive that.
But I'm not just gonna leave you here, Corvo. I've got a plan.
I'll put you on a raft, and then I've got to ship out
You
myself.
working at their
Every
night
Saturday,
shift,
there's always gonna be a boat.
having
I
them
got this
night
idea.
owl
I
hours.
just read this book. It's called the Bible. In it, they've got this master stroke, right? They put this baby in a boat. I'm thinking, you have a baby, and we put no. What if we floated you down the river?
No.
They'll think you're dead, and I'll float you away, and then later on you can recover, and then you can, get even more on her back.
And retake Egypt.
Hopefully you'll
Fucking
wake
hell.
up and find your way out of this cursed city.
Corvo throws up on himself, and the scene fades to black. Corvo wakes up the next morning. He's alive. I knew I shouldn't have drank from the Mulvaney cans.
And he's on this little boat in the flooded district. This is an area of Dunwall City that was flooded to try and contain all the plague within it. It's like Venice, but full of shit.
Regular Venice? The poison is starting to wear
Venice,
off.
but
Just
full
as
of
he
shit.
thinks he's going to go through a lovely boat ride through the canal and then land in some reeds and a nice lady's going to pick him up, two dudes show up on the boat.
This is the one who was with the empress when she died. Poisoned.
They teleport into the area, and these guys look like assassins. In fact, they look exactly like the assassins from the beginning of the game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do they kill us?
No. 'Twere only that simple. The assassins say, let's take him back to Dowd. He'll know what to do with him.
He'll live. That's up to Dowd.
So they take Corvo into a canal down in the industrial sector.
From here, they haul Corvo out, chuck him into a cage, and hoist him to the top of a factory. And waiting for him at the top is a man in red. It is Dowd, the head of the assassins. This is the man who killed the Empress at the start of the game, the one that borrows our head.
Is he pleased to see us?
Oh, I doubt it.
Great deal, bodyguard. Oh my god.
Just you
The
wait,
fucking puns
Dowd.
and shit.
Now, Dowd also has this big case full of stuff, and he takes out of it Corvo's sword. He's got his gear in that box.
Dowd begins.
Uh-oh. You see me again? Okay, good. Yeah, I had to restart OBS. Like, it's done this before. Like, I don't know what the problem is with OBS, but it just randomly disconnects. It's like it can't... It tells me it can't read the, Steam... Or not Steam, but, the stream key for Twitch. Just randomly. It says it's either the stream key or the server problem, and it's... It can't be the stream key because it's working. So I'm guessing it's Twitch being Twitch. Yeah, I don't think I don't think got very far. It was like a couple seconds before I realized the stream was messing up. Okay, there we go. I had to restart the Twitch app as well. I think it was just Twitch. I don't know if it's a problem with Twitch servers in OBS or if it's just Twitch servers in general. So fix your shit, Twitch. Fix your shite. Alright.
Begins telling Corvo.
Let's see, let's back up a couple seconds. There we go.
Now, Dowd also has this big case full of stuff, and he takes out of it Corvo's sword. He's got his gear in that box.
Not my
Dowd begins
shite.
telling Corvo his
Not my
plans.
awesome,
And Corvo's
aesthetically
like,
pleasing
You gonna
shit.
kill me?
No, actually, Corvo, I'm no killer. I'm gonna sell you back to the loyalists, and they'll kill you, and I'll just enjoy the money.
Don't do that.
No, guys, they're not loyal. It's a misnomer. They're not loyal. They're actually very betraying.
Betraying.
Dowd then takes the box of Corvo's gear and tosses it to the bottom of the elevator shaft.
You'll never see this again. Corvo is then punched in the back of the head. This is a hopeless situation. Corvo wakes up. He is now in an even more hopeless situation. He's inside a big metal drum. And not the good kind where there's a Jamaican guy playing Telly Me Banana.
Oh my...
Mr. B, do you think Corvo's gonna find the inner strength to survive?
I hope so, Mr. Z, because Corvo still needs to get out of here, save Emily from the Loyalists, and get his G-dang honor back.
So Corvo gets up on his feet once again.
And he puts on his mask. First, Corvo needs to get out of this drum, so...
He uses his magical powers to throw a brick and break the opening to the container.
Powers
he climbs
to throw
out,
a brick. Yeah, that's totally...
Sneaks past the assassin guards, and goes and gets his gear back. Alright, downtown. I'm gonna kill him.
We are back to action
You can't
mode.
really be a badass
Corvo
without
expertly
your
navigates the flooded
aesthetically
district
pleasing
and makes his way to and through Dowd's assassin office.
Now, inside Dowd's office,
Yeah, that was,
we can hear Dowd
that was a
is
totally
having
in a,
meeting
that was in
with
a
bunch of
totally
other
not
assassins.
cheating way.
Corvo blinks up onto a bookcase to listen in. They're saying,
Master.
What is it?
Corvo isn't in his containment anymore. He broke out.
and his knees are shaking.
What are we gonna do?
And Dowd goes,
Are you really surprised that Corvo broke out?
I suspect that in time he will come to me here.
Sooner than you think, says Corvo.
Corvo jumps down and confronts Dowd, stealthily, with a gun. Bang, bang, bang. But Dowd stops time. Because remember, he's got powers too. Oh. And Dowd's like, oh shit, man, this guy's for real. And he runs away. But Corvo gives chase.
Dowd and Corvo are now one-on-one. It's going to be the epic mealtime of fights.
They clash swords, and Dowd's like,
Corvo, I'm the best assassin in Dunwall. You'll never be able to beat me.
And Corvo pushes and hits Dowd once.
Corvo! You win! You beat me!
Dowd's laying in a puddle on the ground.
But at this point, he is instead begging for mercy.
I asked for my life. When I killed your empress and took her daughter, something broke inside me.
Corvo, I was so wrong about the things that I did, and also the ideas that I had.
Those tweets were from a very long time ago, Corvo. You gotta understand. And so, let me just say, cheers to being the finest assassin who ever lived.
Ah, thank you. I've seen that trick before.
So my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
But Corvo, unfortunately in the canon, doesn't kill Dowd.
And you choose mercy.
He puts his sword away and he goes,
oh my god.
You know what, Dowd? You're an assassin. I'm an assassin. I'm not gonna kill you.
It's kind of the Assassin's Code.
Extraordinary.
So now, Corvo can escape the flooded district and back into Dunwall City proper. He has got a score to settle with these loyalists.
So Corvo goes running back to Loyalist HQ.
Again.
But the place looks abandoned. Hello? Where is everybody?
I'm here for revenge.
No one answers. So he goes running around all the other
That's
rooms.
rude. You're there
no one
for
here.
revenge
No
and
one
they
here.
just
Wait a minute. Emily
they
should be
fucked
here
off.
at least.
So Corvo saunters
even
his
give
way
you a
over
chance
to Emily's
to give
tower. And when he knocks on the door,
Hello, Emily. Emily, are you there? I am here to rescue you.
the door swings open.
How long was I gone? Emily, you're all grown up. And I wasn't there to see it.
That's not Emily. That's Callista the maid. And she looks terribly upset. Callista says to Corvo, Oh, Corvo, after they poisoned you, Havelock went crazy. He started killing everyone.
Yeah, but where's Emily?
Well, Corvo, Havelock, Pendleton, and Martin took Emily to the lighthouse.
She's suffered through so much and she's got no one else on her side except you.
Oh my god, another mission. You tricked me into thinking the game was over like 3 levels ago.
There's DLC as well, Corvo. Don't you worry about it.
How come I'm black in the sequel? And also a woman. I don't remember that part. Is that part of the special powers?
Oh, mate. That's for all the Billy Lurk fans out there.
So I have to get over to this lighthouse? But how am I supposed to get across that water, Callista? I'm but a man with feet. I am not a boat.
And then Samuel the boatman, our best bud, the guy who poisoned us, chugging away in his little skip.
Yep.
And he says,
Never pays to bet against you, does it?
"Come on, Corvo, we gotta save Emily and we're running out of time. Just jump in my boat and take a seat."
Off we go to the lighthouse.
Finale.
Samuel takes Corvo to the lighthouse, where the loyalists are holding up with Emily.
Hey, I've noticed this bottle of water in the back. Is that an Uber thing? Should I be drinking this?
Don't drink Dasani. I know they've tried to rebrand and shit. Just don't trust it. Don't drink it. Just don't drink Dasani.
So is this poison too?
Corvo has not let the poisoning go.
All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other
Plague
again.
World.
This is it. This is the last
You know what?
level.
The rats are already
I
gonna
hate
take
when you
me.
look bored when we do these recordings. It makes me feel
Might
like
as
you don't
well
enjoy
drink a
this.
Dasani.
Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do.
Goodbye, Samuel.
He walks away while Samuel is still talking to him. Corvo infiltrates the lighthouse. He blinks up here. And he climbs up here.
I'm over here.
And after possibly the best shot anyone's ever taken in any game,
I'm impressed myself.
he's at the elevator. And that's going to take him all the way to the top.
Ding.
And now there's only one thing left to do. That's for Corvo.
Ding.
Oh.
To go confront Havelock.
Finally, the big thing. Let's do it.
So, Corvo creeps his way up the spiral staircase of the Lord Regent's lighthouse.
Squeak, squeak. We spot Havelock in the distance, eyeing him up without peepers.
Corvo teleports his way up on top of a bookcase, and he's looking down at Havelock.
And Havelock is monologuing to himself aloud.
"Oh, I cannot believe it all went bad."
And then Corvo's there in the witness, and he's going, "Well, you shouldn't have done all that bad stuff then if you didn't want things to go bad.
Don't you know that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts?"
This is straight out of Animal Farm.
I know Corvo's coming for me, just like he came for the others.
Yeah.
Only a question of how and when.
All right, now's the time for me to strike.
You're kind of missing like
then
a
I'm gonna
lot of the
kill
lore.
Pendleton.
When
Then
you
I'm
don't
gonna
mention
kill that
the
other
outsider.
one,
Martin.
But wait, Pendleton and Martin are here in the room at the table. They're not moving.
Have they been poisoned as well?
Pendleton and Martin are dead. Havelock was behind all of it, and he's trying to become the dictator. So Corvo jumps down from the bookcase. He looks up at Havelock and he says, "So many books, but you've never read 1984. Havelock's like, "I thought it was an instruction manual." Corvo succumbs to the woke mind virus.
The
now,
what?
Havelock actually says,
"Did you think I'd fight you,
The
Corvo?"
woke mind virus.
Sorry
Shut
to
up. I'm
disappoint.
so tired of hearing the word woke.
"Before I kill you, Havelock."
I'm so tired.
What's going on, big fella? Why'd you do all this bad stuff? Havelock says,
"It all started out so great. I guess we all got too greedy. Pendleton wanted power, Martin wanted power. And I guess, Corvo, we couldn't rule out that you wanted power too. But I can see that you just care about Emily and you just want to save her. In the end, Corvo, it wasn't you.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. So, Corvo, I'm not gonna fight you. You're the best. What would I do? I'm just a Navy admiral with decades of experience with a gun and blade. What would I do against you, Corvo?
In fact,
the key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you.
On this very little table is the key to Emily's room. She's just out back. She's waiting for it. She wants to see her papa.
You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you'd been doing. She's become an interesting girl. If she lives, she'll make a memorable empress. Go ahead. Kill me or take me to Coldridge Prison. Make your choice. She'll be watching.
Well, Havelock, I don't necessarily agree with your methods, but by gum do you get results. I know what I will do. I will have the key. So Corvo bends down to take the key. But just as he does, Havelock, you son of a bitch.
Havelock draws his sword and goes to attack Corvo. Corvo parries and riposts. He stabs his blade through Havelock's arm, which is ironic because he was actually in the Navy, not the Army.
The fucking...
And twists Havelock's own pistol up
thing.
towards his face. And pulls the trigger.
It's the slow-mo
Havelock
eye
is
bulge
dead.
for me.
Corvo takes the key.
Again.
And he goes over to Emily's room.
Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now?
Still coated in the blood of Havelock.
Come on, Emily. Let's get out of here.
Just swimming in
Empress?
blood.
You're in charge of the whole country now. Please don't make any weird policies like everyone gets a free pony.
And that is the end of the game.
So does he know that this is his daughter?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like you know. He's like, wait a minute. Well, wait, hold up 1 second. I had unprotected sex with the Empress, and now all of a sudden she's with child? I don't Yeah, I feel like he knows it's his kid.
Wait, what do they call it when it's like all of a sudden
Again,
like,
this game
the
is not
assassins
subtle.
like flash into place?
Blink.
Did someone blink a baby inside the Empress?
No, that's crazy. I definitely blinked out.
You can also kick him out the side of the line. Yeah, the thing I loved about this game, even though, again, I'm absolute shit
I don't know.
at stealth.
What's up?
There's so many
Nord with
ways you can...
And get this cup and 10% off
alternate
at
ways you can,
GameStop.gg.
like, kill and do missions. Like, you can literally just explore and have fun doing it your own way. And, like, that's one of the things I loved about the game. Again, I've beaten and had fun in Dishonored. Never played the second one. So I honestly don't know anything about the second one, except for maybe a little bit of the lore. You beat the game without killing anyone. I couldn't resist killing everyone. Like, I went on a full-blown murder spree the first time I played it. The next time I played it, I tried to do the full, like, peaceful, sleep dart everybody, stealth mode activated type situation, but, yeah. Suffice to say, when I first played it and just full on murdered everybody, I finished it a lot quicker. Yeah, I knew I was not getting the good ending the first time around. Like, I knew that pretty quickly.